Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to Monthly Theme Thursday. Now, this month's theme is TV scaries, or televised terror, or whatever you want to call it. This week, we're going to be talking about I'm Dangerous Tonight. I'm Dangerous Tonight is a 1990 film, which runs approximately 93 minutes, and is directed by the late, great Toby Hooper. Now, this stars Madchen Amick as Amy O'Neill, Corey Parker as Eddie Sadler, and Daisy Hall as Gloria Randolph. This also has Arlie Ermy in it in a very small role. And in Brazil, the title was Death Wore Red. All right. This is another one I saw on regular TV when it came out, and I know it was lost on VHS for a long time, and I never stumbled upon the VHS. Let me tell you guys, when Kino Lorber said they were putting this out, I jumped on it right away. I love this movie. I think it's fun. Oh, and this also has Dee Wallace looking very young and very, very hot. Okay. Basically, oh, Anthony Perkins too, as you can see there. I love TV scaries. I just think they're so much fun, and that was a way for me to watch anything scary on TV when I was younger. My parents were not into horror films, and I remember talking to my wife about this the other day. So we would go to the movie store, my father and I. My mother is not into movies that much, and my father would pick something, and I would pick something. So that's where I got to see some of my horror movies. We didn't rent 14 or 15 at one time, or even five at one time until later on. But, I would pick one, go home with a horror movie. I remember telling my wife that one of the ones I had to get when it came out or had to rent was The Dead Pit. Now, The Dead Pit was special because it had this 3D cover for the VHS. And when you hit the certain button, the eyes would blink. It was so cool. Such an inventive thing. And I think that's the reason, even though I do like The Dead Pit, that is the reason why it got rented as much as it did. I still think that the guys at the movie store used to get pissed off at me because I used to constantly push the button, probably until the eyes didn't work anymore. But, that's a story for a different day. But, this is where I saw a bulk of my horror when I was really, really young was on TV. And of course, this was after I graduated, but I made sure that I caught this on television because, of course, Anthony Perkins was in it, and I was a big Psycho fan. So, what is this about? This is about a guy who is the curator of one of these museums. He gets an artifact in, which is like this big stone tomb, and in this big stone tomb is a like a priestess who has this red cloak on. Well, unfortunately, anyone that touches this red cloak, or whatever the cloak ends up being made of, is pushed to their ultimate desire. If you're repressed, it makes you like a whore, as they say in the film. If you're conniving, it makes you like a murderous person. It just kind of amplifies everything. So, when it is found by a college student in a trunk, it is actually bought at an estate sale. She starts to find that anyone who touches this dress does bad things. So she decides to make it into, because I believe it was a cloak at first, she decides to make it into a dress, and that's where kind of all hell breaks loose. And I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, this one has a great cast. Um, Arlie Ermy, Dee Wallace Stone now, Anthony Perkins, and it's a really fun take. And I know a lot of people say Toby Hooper kind of lost it as he went along, but this movie proves that he could direct a really well made film, even if it's for television. Because this one does go pretty far too. It deals with stuff that, parental discretion advised, I believe was the word they used to use on the television channels when I was younger. But this movie is fantastic. Definitely check out what Joe has in store for this month. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.